I need you to hear me right now because what I'm about to tell you can change your life. You see, confidence ain't something you're born with, it's something you build. And too many of you are walking around with your head down, doubting yourself, living below your potential, WHY, because you don't have the right behaviors, the right habits, the right mindset. But today, that changes. Today, I'm giving you the 5 behaviors that will take your confidence to a whole new level. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because if you want to win in life, if you want success, if you want to walk into any room and own it, you gotta put in the work. So let's get it. Are you ready? Confidence starts in the mind before it ever shows up in the world. The way you speak to yourself determines how you carry yourself, how you react to challenges, and ultimately, how successful you become. If you keep telling yourself that you're not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable, then guess what? That belief will manifest in your actions. On the other hand, if you start feeding your mind with powerful, positive words, your entire reality will begin to shift. Most people don't realize that their biggest enemy is not the competition, not the obstacles in their way, but the voice inside their own head. That voice that constantly whispers doubt, reminds them of past failures, and keeps them stuck in fear. That voice is a product of years of conditioning, past experiences, and the influence of negative people. But the good news is, just like it was programmed into your mind, you can reprogram it. You can take control and start rewriting the script. You tell yourself every single day when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you say to yourself? Do you complain about how tired you are, how much work you have to do, how hard life is? Or do you wake up with intention, telling yourself, today, I dominate. Today, I bring my best. Today, I am unstoppable. The words you speak in the first moments of your day set the tone for everything that follows. Champions wake up with purpose. They don't allow their minds to drift into negativity because they know the power of self-talk. You have to understand that your words are like seeds. Every time you speak something over yourself, you are planting a seed in your mind. If you keep saying, I'm bad at this, you're watering that belief. If you keep saying, I'll never be successful, you're strengthening that mindset. But if you start saying, I am strong, I am capable, I can figure this out, then you're planting seeds of success. Over time, those seeds grow into confidence, into resilience, into an uncheckable belief in yourself. One of the most powerful things you can do is develop affirmations that align with the person you want to become, not the person you are right now, but the person you are striving to be. Write them down, say them out loud every single day, and most importantly, believe them. It might feel weird at first, especially if your mind has been filled with negativity for years, but the more you say it, the more your subconscious starts to accept it as truth. Instead of saying, I wish I was confident, start saying, I am confident. Instead of saying, I hope I succeed, say, I will succeed. The shift in language creates a shift in energy, and that energy changes everything. The problem is, most people speak more negativity over themselves than they realize. They say things like, I'm just not good at that. I'm not a people person. I always mess up. And they don't even notice how those words are shaping their reality. What you say about yourself, your mind accepts as truth. If you keep repeating the same limiting beliefs, your mind will start filtering the world in a way that reinforces them. You'll notice every mistake you make and ignore every success. You'll remember every failure but forget every win. That's why it's so important to take control of your self-talk and be intentional about the words you use. The only trick to mastering positive self-talk is catching yourself in the moment. Every time you say something negative about yourself, stop and correct it immediately. If you catch yourself saying, "I'm not good at this," reframe it to, "I'm getting better at this." If you say, "I always fail," switch it to, "I learn from every setback." Over time, this small habit rewires your brain to focus on growth instead of limitations. It's not just about words, it's about emotion. When you say positive affirmations, say them with conviction. Don't just whisper, "I am strong." Say it like you mean it. Say it like you believe it. Stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and declare your greatness. Speak to yourself the way a coach speaks to an athlete before a big game. Speak to yourself the way a mentor would speak to their most promising student. Be your own biggest motivator, because at the end of the day, nobody else can do this for you. Another way to reinforce positive self-talk is by surrounding yourself with the right people. If you're always around people who complain, doubt themselves, and speak negativity, that energy will rub off on you. But if you spend time with confident, driven individuals who speak power into themselves and into others, you will naturally start adopting that mindset. Energy is contagious. If you want to build confidence, be around people who lift you up, challenge you, and push you to believe in yourself at a higher level. Visualization is another tool that strengthens positive self-talk. When you say affirmations, picture yourself succeeding. See yourself walking into a room with confidence, delivering that speech with power, dominating that competition. The brain responds to mental images just as strongly as it does to real-life experiences. When you consistently visualize success, your mind starts believing that success is your natural state. You no longer have to force confidence. It becomes automatic. Building confidence through self-talk is a daily practice. It's not something you do once and forget about. Every single day, you have to be intentional about the words you speak over yourself. When challenges come, when doubts creep in, when things don't go as planned, that's when you have to double down. That's when you have to remind yourself who you are, what you're capable of, and why you refuse to quit. Confidence is not built by thinking about what you want to do or how you want to feel. It is built by taking action. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Too many people wait for the perfect moment or for all the stars to align before they start moving toward their goals. But the truth is, that moment will never come. If you want to become more confident, you must take consistent action, even when you don't feel ready. You have to make the decision to act in the face of fear, uncertainty, and self-doubt, because that's where the growth happens. When you take action, you send a powerful message to your mind that you are serious about your goals. The more you act, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling challenges, overcoming obstacles, and achieving success. This creates a feedback loop where each action taken builds momentum and fuels your confidence. But if you wait and procrastinate, your mind starts to believe that you're not capable, that success is too far out of reach, and that fear is something you should avoid. Action is the antidote to fear, and the more you act, The more you reinforce your belief in your own ability, action also helps you eliminate the what-ifs that plague your mind. If you keep thinking about a task or a goal without doing anything, you're creating a story in your head where all the potential risks are exaggerated. You imagine the worst-case scenario and convince yourself that failure is inevitable. But when you actually take the first step, you begin to see that the fears you had were mostly unfounded. You realize that the consequences aren't as bad as you thought, and you gain the confidence to keep moving forward. Even small actions, like making a phone call or writing a paragraph, can shatter those doubts and show you that you are capable of handling the next step. The key is to make action a habit, rather than a one-time thing. Confidence is built through repeated action, not sporadic bursts of effort. You don't have to wait for motivation to strike or for everything to feel perfect. In fact, motivation follows action. The more you do, the more you'll feel motivated to keep going. It's like the momentum of a moving car. It takes effort to get started, but once you're moving, it becomes easier to keep going. If you make action a daily habit, you'll find that confidence starts to build without you even thinking about it. It becomes part of who you are. One of the most powerful ways to build confidence through action is by setting small, achievable goals. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you think about the big picture. You might look at the end result and feel like it's too far out of reach. But if you break it down into smaller steps, it becomes manageable. Each small win, no matter how insignificant it seems, reinforces your belief that you can do this. It's like building a muscle. Every repetition adds a little more strength. These small victories create a snowball effect, making it easier for you to tackle bigger challenges as you progress. Action also allows you to learn and grow. When you take action, you're not just moving forward, you're gaining experience. And with experience comes wisdom. Every time you take a step, you gain insights that you can use in the future. You learn what works, what doesn't, and how to adjust your approach. This accumulation of knowledge makes you more competent, and competence is one of the greatest drivers of confidence. The more competent you become in any area of your life, the more confident you will feel in your ability to navigate it. The key is to take action even when you don't know exactly what the outcome will be. It's okay to fail, to make mistakes, or to not have everything figured out. What matters is that you're in motion, learning, adapting, and growing. Taking action is also about discipline. Confidence is built by showing up consistently, even when you don't feel like it. You won't always feel motivated to do the work, and that's okay. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. When you push through the resistance and take action regardless of how you feel, you prove to yourself that you're in control. You show yourself that you can do hard things, and that realization is a huge confidence booster. Another aspect of taking action is the ability to embrace discomfort. Confidence isn't about being comfortable, it's about pushing through the discomfort and doing it anyway. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you expand the boundaries of what's possible for you. Confidence grows in the spaces where fear, doubt, and uncertainty reside. You can't build confidence by staying safe and never taking risks. You need to stretch yourself, try new things, and embrace the challenges that come your way. Each time you do, you'll find that your confidence grows stronger and more resilient. Taking consistent action, even when it feels difficult or uncertain, is the key to transforming your confidence from something fragile into something uncheckable. The more you do, the more evidence you gather that you are capable, powerful, and ready to face whatever comes your way. Action is the foundation of confidence. It's not something that can be thought into existence. It has to be practiced, day in and day out, until it becomes second nature. Your body language speaks louder than your words. It's the unspoken message you send to the world about how you see yourself, and it has a massive impact on how others perceive you and how you perceive yourself. If you want to increase your confidence, you need to pay attention to how you present yourself physically. The way you carry your body can either reinforce your self-doubt or amplify your sense of self-assurance. And the best part is, you have complete control over a tone. Of the simplest ways to boost your confidence is by improving your posture. When you slouch or hunch over, it sends a message that you're unsure of yourself or that you lack power. On the other hand, when you stand tall with your shoulders back, you immediately appear more confident. It might feel awkward at first if you're not used to it, but with time, you'll notice that standing upright changes how you feel inside as well. When you adopt good posture, you're not just improving how others perceive you, you're also tricking your mind into thinking you're more confident. It's like telling yourself, I am strong, I am capable, and I am ready to take on the world. This shift in physical alignment sends a powerful signal to your brain, which then affects your thoughts and emotions. Another important aspect of body language is eye contact. When you avoid making eye contact, it can be interpreted as insecurity, disinterest, or a lack of confidence. However, maintaining steady eye contact during conversations shows that you're engaged, present, and self-assured. People are more likely to respect you and take you seriously when they feel that you're confident in yourself. But eye contact is not just about what others see. It's about how you feel in the moment. When you hold someone's gaze, you reinforce the belief that you are worthy of their attention, and you signal to yourself that you are in control. The more you practice eye contact, the more natural it becomes, and over time, you'll notice a significant shift in your own self-perception. Another key element of body language is your hand gestures. The way you use your hands can convey authority or insecurity. When you speak with open gestures, like using your hands to emphasize a point, you come across as more confident, approachable, and in control. On the flip side, if you cross your arms or keep your hands hidden, you send a message of defensiveness or insecurity. When you open your arms and hands, it creates a sense of openness and willingness, which naturally draws people to you and encourages trust. It also helps you feel more confident in the moment, as you're physically reinforcing the belief that you have nothing to hide and everything to offer. How you move can also influence your level of confidence. If you walk with purpose, taking steady strides and holding your head high, it signals that you know where you're going and that you're in control of your life. A slow, aimless shuffle communicates the opposite. It shows that you're uncertain, unsure of yourself, or even overwhelmed. Confidence comes from moving with intention and direction. Even in the midst of a busy or chaotic environment, if you walk with purpose and clarity, you'll not only command respect, but you'll also feel more confident because you're embodying a sense of purpose. The simple act of changing how you walk can shift your internal state and make you feel more capable and empowered. Smiling is another powerful tool in the body language arsenal. A genuine smile can instantly make you appear more confident, approachable, and positive. It's not just about how others perceive you, it's about how you feel. When you smile, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which help to elevate your mood and reduce stress. A smile sends a message to yourself that you are happy, calm, and confident. And just like standing tall and making eye contact, smiling can also change the way people respond to you. A smile is infectious, and when you appear approachable and warm, people are more likely to engage with you, which further boosts your confidence. Admiring is another body language technique that can increase your confidence in social interactions. When you subtly mirror the movements, gestures, or expressions of others, it creates a sense of connection and rapport. People feel more comfortable with those who share similar body language, and this can make you feel more confident in social settings. Mirroring can also help you feel more at ease because it signals to your brain that you're in sync with the other person, and it reinforces the belief that you can navigate social interactions with ease. Breathing is a body language element that's often overlooked, but is incredibly powerful. When you're nervous or anxious, your breath becomes shallow, and this sends a signal to your body that you're in a state of stress. On the other hand, when you take deep, slow breaths, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which calms you down and helps you feel more grounded. By practicing deep breathing techniques, you can improve your body language, calm your mind, and appear more confident in any situation. When you're breathing deeply, you're not only helping your body relax, but you're also showing yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Deep breathing serves as a reminder that you're in control, and it helps you project that control to the world around you. Finally, being mindful of your personal space can help you project confidence. Taking up more space physically, without being overpowering, signals that you believe you deserve to be in the room. People who exude confidence tend to take up more space with their posture and movements. This doesn't mean being arrogant or intrusive, but rather standing your ground and owning your presence. When you consciously take up more space, you're telling yourself and others that you are important and that you have a right to take up space in this world. Mastering your body language is a powerful tool for increasing confidence. The more you use body language to reinforce your inner strength and self-assurance, the more you will begin to believe it. It's a cycle. The more confident you feel, the more you will naturally display body language that reinforces that confidence. And the more you display confident body language, the more your inner belief will grow. Confidence is not something that comes from never failing, it comes from how you respond to failure. The truth is, everyone experiences setbacks and challenges, but what separates those who thrive from those who don't is how they view and handle those failures. Many people fear failure because they see it as a sign of incompetence or a permanent roadblock. But in reality, failure is one of the most powerful tools for building confidence. It's not the failure itself that matters, but how you interpret it and use it to grow. In you embrace failure as a learning experience rather than a defeat. You begin to reframe the way you approach challenges. Instead of avoiding risks or stepping back when things get tough, you develop the mental resilience to face adversity head-on. Confidence is built when you realize that failure doesn't define you, it's simply a part of the journey towards success. Each time you fail, you learn something new about yourself, your approach, or your abilities. This knowledge and growth will build true confidence, because you start to trust that you can navigate through difficulties and come out stronger on the other side. One of the biggest barriers to confidence is the fear of making mistakes. People often avoid taking action because they're afraid of failing. This fear holds them back from pursuing their goals and causes them to shrink away from opportunities. But by changing the way you perceive failure, you can eliminate this fear. Instead of viewing failure as something to be ashamed of, start seeing it as an opportunity for growth. Every time you fail, you gather valuable information that will make you more prepared and capable in the future. This shift in perspective allows you to take more risks, make bolder moves, and ultimately build your confidence through experiencing of the most empowering things you can do is to fail forward. Failing forward means that you don't let failure stop you. Instead, you use it as a stepping stone to reach your next level. It's about understanding that every failure brings you one step closer to success because it teaches you lessons that you wouldn't have learned otherwise. For example, if you try something new and it doesn't go as planned, don't dwell on the failure. Instead, take a moment to assess what went wrong, adjust your approach, and try again. Each time you take that step forward, you build a stronger belief in your ability to overcome obstacles and reach your goals. In addition to seeing failure as a learning experience, it's important to separate your self-worth from your performance. Many people tie their confidence directly to their success or failure, and this can be a dangerous cycle. When you fail, it's easy to feel like you're not good enough, not capable, or that you'll never succeed. But the reality is that your worth is not defined by your accomplishments or your mistakes. Confidence comes when you understand that you are valuable regardless of whether you succeed or fail. When you let go of the belief that your worth is tied to external outcomes, you begin to feel more secure in yourself, and this inner security allows you to take more risks and handle failure with grace. Another key aspect of embracing failure is practicing self-compassion. When you fail, it's easy to beat yourself up, criticize yourself, or spiral into negative thoughts. But this only undermines your confidence further. Instead, practice treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and that failing doesn't make you a failure. The most successful people are often the ones who have failed the most because they don't let setbacks define them. They let those setbacks fuel their growth. By being kind to yourself and giving yourself permission to fail without judgment, you create a healthier relationship with failure, which allows your confidence to flourish. Another important part of handling failure is to keep your vision clear and focused. When you fail, it can be easy to lose sight of the bigger picture and become discouraged. However, true confidence comes from remembering why you started in the first place. When you have a clear sense of purpose and direction, failure doesn't seem as daunting. Instead of seeing failure as the end, you see it as a temporary setback that won't stop you from reaching your goal. Confidence comes from knowing that no matter how many times you fail, your ultimate vision remains intact, and you are committed to making progress no matter what. This perspective keeps you motivated and moving forward, even when things don't go as planned. It's also important to celebrate your small wins along the way. Often, people only acknowledge their successes when they reach the final goal, but every step forward is an achievement in itself. When you fail, make sure to reflect on what you learned and recognize the progress you've made. Even small improvements or moments of growth can be powerful boosters to your confidence. By focusing on these small victories, you build a positive feedback loop where every failure becomes an opportunity for success, and you start to develop an uncheckable belief in your ability to achieve your goals. In the end, failure is not something to be feared or avoided. It is an essential part of the process of building confidence. The more you experience failure and bounce back from it, the more resilient and confident you become. Confidence grows from your ability to face setbacks, learn from them, and keep pushing forward. It's not about avoiding failure, but about using it to fuel your progress, build your strength, and deepen your belief in your ability to succeed. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset, energy, and ultimately, your confidence. Human beings are social creatures, and we naturally absorb the attitudes, behaviors, and energy of those around us. If you want to build and maintain your confidence, it's essential to surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, rather than those who drain you or reinforce your self-doubt. The right environment can provide the support and encouragement you need to stay focused and motivated on your journey toward personal growth. One of the most significant ways the people around you affect your confidence is through the conversations you engage in. Positive, empowering conversations help you stay focused on your strengths and potential. When you're surrounded by people who believe in your abilities, they will help you see your own value and encourage you to pursue your goals. These types of conversations not only boost your mood, but also serve as a reminder that you are capable of achieving great things. When people around you speak life into your dreams, it's easier for you to believe in yourself and take the necessary actions to make those dreams a reality. Conversely, if you are surrounded by negative individuals who constantly criticize you, doubt your abilities, or make you feel small, it will erode your confidence over time. Negative people tend to focus on limitations, failure, and what's not possible. Being around such energy can make you start questioning your own abilities, and you may begin to doubt your potential. Constant exposure to negativity can keep you stuck in a cycle of fear, hesitation, and self-doubt. It becomes harder to believe in yourself when the voices around you are filled with criticism, skepticism, and pessimism. Key to building your confidence is to intentionally choose your inner circle. Seek out people who inspire you, who challenge you to grow, and who support your vision. These individuals may be mentors, friends, colleagues, or family members who believe in your potential and encourage you to take bold steps toward your goals. Being around these people creates an environment where your confidence can thrive, because they help reinforce the belief that you are capable and worthy of success. It's also important to surround yourself with people who challenge you to become better. Confidence doesn't come from complacency. It comes from growth. Surrounding yourself with individuals who push you to step outside your comfort zone, try new things, and strive for excellence will accelerate your development. These people don't just affirm your greatness, they also hold you accountable and encourage you to reach for more. When you're around individuals who demand the best from themselves and from you, it creates a sense of healthy competition and motivation that fuels your own confidence. It reminds you that you are capable of achieving higher standards and accomplishing more than you may have initially believed. Additionally, finding a community of like-minded individuals who share similar goals and values can be incredibly beneficial for building confidence. This could be a group of people pursuing similar professional goals, a fitness community, or an online network focused on personal development. Being part of such a group can provide a sense of belonging, support, and encouragement. It also gives you the opportunity to learn from others, share experiences, and celebrate wins together. The collective energy of a group of people who are all working towards self-improvement can create an environment where everyone's confidence grows together. Another critical aspect of surrounding yourself with the right people is being mindful of toxic relationships. These are relationships that consistently bring negativity, drama, or emotional harm. Toxic people may undermine your confidence through passive-aggressive comments, backhanded compliments, or outright criticism. They may make you feel inferior or try to drag you down to their level of negativity. While it can be difficult to distance yourself from toxic individuals, doing so is crucial for protecting your mental and emotional well-being. In order to build lasting confidence, you need to create space for relationships that nourish your growth and help you thrive. This may require letting go of certain relationships or setting boundaries to protect yourself from negative influences. Ultimately, the people you surround yourself with are a reflection of your own self-worth. If you consistently choose to be around people who uplift, support, and challenge you, you are reinforcing your belief in your own potential. The energy and mindset of those around you will either elevate your confidence or drain it. By being intentional about who you allow into your life, you create an environment that fosters self-belief, growth, and empowerment. Your confidence will naturally grow as you surround yourself with people who help you realize your full potential.